What we gonna do right now is go back, way back.
Give me your friend.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash? I'm serious. Where you are, not the Alabama. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing? Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings are so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass.
What about the big girls? Go big girl, go big girl, go. Go big girl, go big girl, go. Go big girl, go big girl, go. What up, y'all? What up, dope? What up, dope? Where's what up, dope come from? What up, dope? What city that come from? Y'all tell me that what city that come from. Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the Uncle Luke Show podcast where we tape live. We're live right now. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And every now and then, we'll go on the weekend for a special, super special edition of the show. But I am here right now. We're going to have a big show. We got a lot of things to cover. I want to shout out to everybody before I start up. In the words of Uncle Al, I want y'all to get in the chat and let me know where y'all from so I can post it in here. Uncle Al always say, where you from? Where you at? Where you from? Where you at? that's what I want y'all to do. And I hopefully most of you guys are from my Congressional District 20, because we're going to have a conversation about that. It's a big show today, people. I want to thank you all for joining me today. I know that you have a very busy schedule. You could be doing a lot of other things, and I love the support of the show. You know, people, everywhere I go, whether I'm at a cigar bar, I'm at the gas station, people stop me and be like, yo, man, I love the show, man. I love the fact that you keep it 100. You keep it 1,000. That's the only way. You know, I'm the guy who went to the Supreme Court, fought orators all the way to the Supreme Court for free speech. That is me. And there's only one way to do it. You know, I'm not going to do it any other way. I'm going to keep it a buck. So that's what I'm all about, and that's what I will always be about. Remember, this show is brought to you by www.lukerecord.com. You can go over there and get all your Uncle Luke gear. Get your Uncle Luke gear. Get your hat. I know when to put a hat. Should I put the hat on today? Should I put the hat on? Let me rock the hat. Got a big head, so I got to put it all the way in the back. Let me rock the hat. Yeah. Oh, the hat go with the green. Okay, that's where we at, baby. But yeah, make sure you go to www.lukerecord.com to get all your Luke gear. That's where you can go get it at. Don't get it on the bootleg market, because it is out there. And also, again, make sure, if you want to know about my campaign, go to my website, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. Go over there and make a $5 donation. Go over there and make it a $5 donation. $5 donation for the cause, because it's very important that I win this election. As you can see, I got demons coming in the race, and demons I'm working against. So we'll talk about that and more. But I want to thank all of you for your continuous support of the show, especially you guys on YouTube. The YouTube numbers are growing. If you need to know, it's it's Uncle Luke TV on YouTube. I need y'all to go over there and follow us over there on YouTube. I need to get those numbers to about 100,000. That's my least amount of people, which is on my YouTube page. But everybody else, Twitter, you guys are great over there on Twitter. Shouts out to y'all. Hopefully y'all over there having a good time. All the people on Facebook fan page, my regular Facebook page. I mean, y'all over there, y'all insane over there on Facebook, Instagram. I love you all too. Twitch, I love you guys as well. And for some reason, I don't know how to fix it. Maybe you guys can fix it or can help me fix it. But I'm trying to go live on TikTok as I go live on all these other social media platforms. But unfortunately, I got to figure that out. Maybe Streeter can do that. He'll be joining us a little later on the show around 4:30. We'll bring him in. We'll talk a lot of college football, see where we're at with in college football, University of Miami and every other university around the country. And hopefully my girl D Love Sports will join us if she has time. You know, these people have very busy schedules and everything like that. So I shoot them the link, and sometimes they can get in, sometimes they don't. But let's start off, man. I mean, let's start it off. Let's start off right here. Right here. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is running around the district, running around Broward County, trying to drum up support to try and run in Congressional District 20. That's the bottom line. I ain't going to sugarcoat it. Never will, never will not. I mean, here's how it went. If you were living up under a rock, Ron DeSantis, he then gerrymandered the map. He created 4 new seats for Republicans and created a very interesting map where Democrats could run against Republicans, where Donald Trump only won those seats by like 10%. And now that his numbers are down, people could run in those seats like 22 and 25. Those seats are very much up for grab. Now, speaking of that, what he did do is he combined the Jewish community in one district. Jared Moskowitz and Debbie Wasserman Schultz. These are 2 Jewish representatives of their district, and he combined those 2. And so now they had to make a decision of which one of them are going to run for the seat. So Jerry Moskowitz jumps out there, say, I'm going to run for this district right here. And everybody is anticipating Debbie Wasserman Schultz to run in the black district. Why does she want to run in the black district? Because it's 5 black candidates. And if the one white lady with all the money from PACs and special interest groups run in the black district, then she would do the same thing that every other governor in all of these other racist states, including our governor, which is stop black representation. I say this again. The district comprised of 45% African Americans, 20% whites, and 15% Hispanics, and 5% of others. So her ideal is, let me go jump in here and run in Congressional District 20. Black people have a tendency of allowing us to divide and conquer them. That is what they've been doing to us all of our lives. You know, other than taking the same playbook of Ron DeSantis and the Alabama and the Tennessee and the Mississippi and Louisiana governor, where they just erased black representation, she wants to come in and separate us. She wants to come in with all of her money, in my opinion, pay off everybody, pay off pastors, pay off whoever she could pay off elected officials, pay off community rights leaders, pay off some of these Democratic black elected officials. I mean, pay off everybody. That's what they do. See, in elections, what people have a tendency of doing is they put a number on a voter. They say this voter is worth this amount of money. If you have this amount of money in your campaign, you can buy that vote. So a large part of the stuff of Donald Trump used to say, oh, it's all rigged and everything like this. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But there is still the power of the people. The people can make the decision not to fall for the okie doke. That means white people, Hispanic people, and black people. And in this district, Haitian people, Caribbean people, Jamaican people. Now, mind you, don't have Jamaican. My mom is Bahamian. My dad is Jamaican. They can make the decision to say, hey, look, we're not going to let her divide and conquer us. We're going to home in on one candidate, and that's the candidate that we're going to vote for. The white people have to take it from this standpoint. How dare she comes in and try and divide our community? How dare she puts us in a position that because she's white, because she's Jewish and white, that it's going to guarantee that us white people are going to vote for a white person, therefore we're not going to vote for a black person. Now, mind you, we're talking about the Democratic primary, where we all supposed to be created equal. We all supposed to defend each other. We all card-carrying Democrats. And as we know, black folks are the backbone of the Democratic Party. If we go, black folks go, the Democratic Party go. So the mere fact that Debbie Wasserman Schultz want to make a decision holding around or dancing around or running around trying to find all these people to do what? To run in this race is asinine. She's going to meeting after meeting. The Black Caucus that spoke out and say black folks do not want her to run in this race for historical significance. This is a black seat. We want black representation. At that moment, right, when the Black Caucus spoke and black folks have spoken, at that moment she should have stopped her little campaign because she's trying to look for a little fire. So what they're going to do now is go and find some black elected officials to then cape for her. They say, oh, it's okay for Debbie. She's going to go and put some money in some of these other black elected officials' campaign fund, make donations to them, or have some of their PACs put money into there so she can get some traction of black people saying, yeah, it's okay for you to run. That's industry standards. That is what we can't fall for. So they're going to parade a whole bunch of events out here. They're going to find a whole bunch of elected officials. Let's talk about the gerrymandering of the map. And then all of a sudden, the conversation goes to, well, you need to give Debbie a chance. Why are you saying that? To try and sway the black vote. But I say this, I'm betting on black people. I'm betting on Hispanic people in this district. I'm betting on the white people in this district. Not to go for this okie doke that this lady is pulling, because this will divide this community. This community will never be the same. This will push Byron Donald over the top, because black men are already fragile. The black vote is already fragile, especially in Congressional District 20. I walk the streets all the time and talk to people directly. I don't sit up here and worry about what ChatGPT tell me or what anybody else tell me. I talk to these people, and these people are very, very frustrated. They don't want to vote for a convicted person who has to face the judge in a federal case. They don't want to vote for that. They don't want to vote for a career politician who has failed them time and time again. They don't want to vote for somebody that was fighting a war in World War VII or II. What are we in World War II now? 7-2. I mean, it is clear. When I talk to these people, they want leadership. They want a fighter. They want somebody similar to Alcee Hastings, a person who I knew very well. I went with Neris to Washington the last time I saw Alcee, and I sat in his office and I talked to him because I was lobbying for instruments for kids. You know, the Grammys, they send a group of entertainers up to Washington because we have to go and lobby for funding for schools for kids who need instruments, because as you know, the budget don't call to get students in band and all these things, the instruments that they need. So we ended up going up there, and one of the congressmen they sent me to have a conversation with was with Alcee Hastings, because they looked and they saw that as a judge, he always supported me. As a congressman, when anybody came to him and said, Alcee Hastings, what about Luther Campbell and the Two Live Crew? Alcee always stood by me. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a little something. When I was at his office, lobbying for those kids and instruments to bring back to our community in South Florida and kids around the world through Neris, you know what he told me? He said, sit behind that desk. I say, Congressman, I'm trying to remember his assistant. It was a white lady, and it was some other young people, some other young pages in there. I remember going to his office. You go in there, and he said, sit behind that desk and take a picture. I said, Congressman, I can't do that. That's your seat. That is your seat. Yes, that is the people. And he said, no, that's the people's seat. I say, I understand that. You hold the people's seat. You're here representing the people. And I always have all the respect in the world because you are a fighter. And he kept trying to push me. He was like, one day you're going to be sitting in a seat like that. I'm like, man, I don't know about that. I mean, this, you know, I'm trying to do this right here. So me and him had a great conversation. I'll tell you all another show that I sit in the seat, and maybe I'll show you the picture, which is weird right now. But going back to Ms. Schultz and trying to gain this support and trying to get a little light of momentum for somebody to say run, for somebody to say, yes, it's okay for you to run. No, black folks in the district have spoken, Debbie. And if you're really about the party, You got two other districts you could run in. Take all of that money, and those are winnable districts. But you want to come, you're contemplating running in this district is sickening. Even if you make the decision not to run in it, because by making the decision not to run in this district, you're stringing Black people along. This district has been without representation since the Congresswoman got put up with all these sanctions. The money froze in this district. This district has already been suffering Congressional District 20 without representation for damn near a year. And that's why, for the life of me, I don't know why the Congresswoman is running. I don't understand why Sheila is running, because that it's like you really do care about the district. You have a whole federal indictment and a time that you got to go to court. You want to hold these people up? That, to me, that's a whole nother movie. But I'm talking about this Debbie Wasserman Schultz and stringing Black people along and creating this havoc in the district, because what you are doing is you're bringing Black folk together. That's what you're doing. Because when you see Black folk in this district, they are lock, stock, and barrel. But what you're doing is you're really hurting the white folks in this district and the Hispanics in this district, which I truly believe don't like you, because I've had white folks and Hispanic people call me from the district and say that they don't like you for more reasons than one. And that's why they live in this district, and they never lived in your district, and they know the type of people. Well, that's a whole nother movie. So it's sickening that these two Jewish people, Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Jerry Moskowitz, got together and said, oh, well, in their little room, and got together and say, hey, look, I'm gonna go run over here. You go run over there and divide the Black people up. And them niggas gonna separate each other, because the boat gonna water down. You gonna get the white boat, and the Hispanic boat, you just gonna run on right up the middle of the thing, and you gonna win like that. Now we don't have Black representation. All of South Florida, you only have one Black representative. That's Frederica Wilson. You really want to go over there and represent Black people? Really? The destruction that you've done to Black people. Don't let me go back to Kendrick Meeks. I didn't want to get into all that. Just the mere fact that you're running around trying to get, and let me say this. I know there are Black plants in this party that will eventually come out and say, yeah, give Sheila a chance. Watch them Black plants. And if any one of them jump out there and say something like that, they need to be destroyed. They need to be ran against, and they need to be ousted. Because I look at this thing like this. This is how I look at it. I look at this moment, because I always look at a moment in time. I'm a visionary person. That's why I was able to start hip hop in the South when nobody thought. So I was able to find a Cuban rapper like Pitbull when nobody was like, oh, Cuban rapper, how you gonna do that? How you gonna start hip hop in the South? Anybody want to hear y'all country ass? And I'm always looking at the future. And I'm always looking at the moment, and the moment is now. It's a very historic moment for more reasons. One, because we always had a relationship, so-called relationship, with the Jewish people. Now, we've had other civil rights leaders say that ain't necessarily the case. And they got blackballed. And they've always put out there in the atmosphere that, no, they really don't fuck with y'all like y'all think they fuck with y'all. But we've always stood with Jewish people. We always roll with them. And historically, they've always rolled with us. But are there new times right now? You can go in the back room with Jared Moskowitz, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and concoct a pathway to continue keeping power other than doing the right thing. Do you really care about the party? And if Hakeem Jeffrey cape for Debbie Wasserman Schultz running in this district, fuck him too. I said it and let him know I said it. Some things you got to stay out of. I'm not my brother. When he ran for Senate and they played like they didn't even notice him, but that was on him. That's his thing. He didn't want me to help him out, so I stood to the side. But I'm a real one. Not manufactured at all. I stand for the people. I've always fought for the people. This ain't my first rodeo. I've been fighting all my life. Ask Nick Navarro if you can find your way where he at right now. See, my history is a long withstanding history in Broward County. I've been fighting in Broward County for years. And it's not God directs me in the direction that he directs me into going in. This fight in Broward is no different than the fight when Charles Friedman, a Broward County store owner, sold Two Live Crew record. And Nate Navarro went into his store. He was a sheriff of Broward County at the time and threatened that he was going to put him in jail. Charles Friedman stood on the wall and said, fuck that. I'm going to sell the record. I got whiffed of it and heard what happened. Then I came up I support Charles Friedman. Matter of fact, I just met his daughter the other day while I was out there on the campaign trail campaigning. She and the brother, they had a little tent. They were selling some cake. They were bakers and things. They were out in the park. They put Charles on the phone. Charles is a deacon now. I didn't go to jail. Charles go to jail. I'm fighting I'm in Broward. We went to jail in Broward. We fought against the oppressor, which was Nick Navarro, who put his foot on the necks of the Black community in Broward County. So I don't have no problem, Debbie, fighting in Broward. I'm 2-1. I lost the first case, but I came back and got it overturned on appeals in Broward at Broward Federal Court. And the will of the people said he's innocent. When I went and sung the songs that the federal judge said deemed obscene, the people on that jury are made up of Broward counties. See, most of our battles were there in Broward. So I got no problem fighting. I owe this district. And I've been living in Broward, by the way. Some people say, oh, he lives in Miami. No, I'm from Miami and I reside in Broward County for the last 15 years. That's where I live at. I owe these people because I never had an opportunity to pay them back. I owe the people of Broward County because they stood up 10 toes down from Friedman to every one of those individuals on that jury, whether it was a federal court case that I had when they deemed my record obscene, when Judge Gonzalez deemed it obscene, then we had another hearing and those people, we overturned it. And then when I went down the street, the Club Ventura in Broward County, went to jail because I believe in free speech. And I didn't give a shit what that judge ruled. That's the type of person I am. I could have went and set my butt on down and okay, all right, let it work through the courts. No, I went the next week and went to the club in Broward County, right down the street from the courthouse, and sung all the songs he just deemed obscene. Got put in jail by Sheriff Nick Navarro, and we beat his ass by the people of Broward County. Never got to be able to repay these folks. So when I stopped coaching football, I said, I'm done coaching football. Okay, I'm looking at the congresswoman and the ethics and all the ethics violations that she have 27 counts and she gets convicted on 25 of them. And I'm saying this is a group of people and then I'm looking at the district, River Beach. I got very familiar with them. Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay, which I'm hurting right now today because I got to go see these people. And they took them out of the district. And I'm looking at it like, God, what you doing? Just like you sent me to Miami Edison. They hadn't won a game and God knows how long. We renovated that whole facilities there, the locker rooms, the football field, put turf fields on when there ain't nobody in the whole Dade County got a turf field. This me, mind you, riding my ass from Broward and then create a big ass contract with Adidas for the entire district of Miami-Dade County. That's me fighting. And I say, Luke, you know what? God say, Luke, it's time for you to move north. Because I was coaching at Miami Central, then I went to Miami Northwestern, and then I ended up going to Carroll City and coaching at Norland. And it was like, that was like almost a fish out of water because it's like, I'm a city dude and I'm over here. And it was like, no, God sent me here. And we got some very good players. God sent me here. And everywhere I went, kids got drafted to the NFL because I mentored them and I coached them at a very high level. And the other ones who didn't go to the NFL, they went to college. So it's like, I'm sitting there, okay, I'm done with football. It's a different era right now. I'm old school. I let these young people have it. Let me go on about my business. So I'm sitting down like, Luke, just like when I sat down and I said, I need to do something. I need to create can't be from South Florida. I can't be from Miami. Fat Joe and Big Pun doing their thing in New York, Puerto Rican rappers. I got to find a goddamn Cuban rapper. I'm from Miami. I won't be a full-fledged record company unless I find a Cuban rapper. And that's when I found Pitbull. Now, mind you, DJ Last was doing this thing, but for me, needed to do this. God telling me again. Just like God sent me over here. I say I'm on vacation. Me and the man having a comment. I'm on vacation, man. I'm chilling. I'm done with coaching. I'm out here with my son. I know he probably saying this motherfucker drive me crazy. He need to be coaching because he's a baseball player, and I'm at every game. I'm supporting him, training, and all these things right there. I know my son's like, do something else, please. So it's like I'm looking at this district. This is my time to do something for the people of Broward County. This is my time to give them back the things that they gave me, which is the opportunity to continue my career. That's when I was sitting there thinking, I was like, that's the moment. This is my opportunity. This is my time. When I go into the district and I talk to these people, they're desperate for help. They're desperate for good representation. A large part of the areas are getting gentrified. They're looking at people and they're saying they've been failed. The system has failed them. No different than any other area a black area across the country. Because a large part, there are some African-American elected officials that really mean well and really doing the work and trying to get it done. But this party is no different than the Republican Party. Donald Trump, Republican Party, MAGA. MAGA comes in, it was Tea Party, then MAGA then takes over the Tea Party and then takes over the entire Republican Party. Traditional Republicans sitting back, they got only do is just look. They then woke up. Trump woke up the racist people in that party who had not voted. It's time for young people in this district to wake up. You got a voter registration card. You got it and you voted for Obama. It's time for everybody else in this district to wake up and fight against the establishment. The establishment as it is the Democratic Party. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going to a third party. We ain't going independent. No. They need us. We are the backbone of the Democratic Party, African Americans. We've always been the backbone of it, but they've been using us. It's like they invited us to a party, but told us we can't eat, but everybody else is eating. We've consistently been used. And with this Debbie Wasserman Schultz riding around and parading around, knowing that she can buy elected officials, buy community activists, but you see these good people in Broward County pushing back. These women, these old ladies, this caucus, they're saying, hell no. And they're looking for the usual suspects, that plants that they put into the party to represent the party. Because black folks got on the boat. It was a black person to tell them it was okay to go get on that Christopher Columbus boat. And so they're saying to themselves, we've lost control. Yeah, you lost control. Hop your ass in another race. They control the media. They control Jim DeFeeti. They control Glenna Milberg. They control the writers and the Sun Sentinel and the Miami Herald. But in this moment, we're pushing back. It's to the point where they can't do nothing but write because there are letters being sent out. We're doing it the way they do it. There's letters being sent out. That's why I got on my platform. I said, all black candidates, stay in the race. Don't get out of the race. That's me being a leader. That's me. That's leadership. People say, well, why would you tell them that? Just tell them to get out of the race there and make some phone calls and tell them they need to get out of the race. Let it be a one-on-one competition between you and her. No, that is their right. I'm a firm believer of their right. If they want to run for office, run. Even the resigned, federally charged former congresswoman, she has the right to run. We already knew that was the play. I'm going to resign. I don't want to get expelled, and I'm going to run, which, that's a whole nother movie. But this Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Jared Moskowitz, whole thing is amazing. It's all amazing. It's amazing to me. Let me tell you something. Now I'm going to keep it a buck. And I want everybody in Congress, if y'all got Hakeem Jeffrey, if y'all get ready to parade him up there to try and tell black people to support her, y'all dealing with the real one. Chevron Jones, don't do it. Don't have Nikki Freed call you up to dare you to run out there and cape for Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Don't do it. Don't do it, Chevron. Don't do it. Don't you dare do it. And no other black person in this district. Don't do it. Get away from it. Don't bother with it. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Don't be scheduling no meetings and shit to try and convince people to then fuck around with this lady for that money. Don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it, because it will be career ending. It will be career ending. Because the one thing about me, I won't stop. I won't stop at the beginning of this race. I won't stop at the end of this race. And I will continue dragging your ass. Because let me give it to you. Let me tell y'all how this shit is. I'm gonna really put something on your mind. I want you to do some research, because the things I talk about, I want you to go do some research. Let me tell you how this nasty ass politics is. Number one, we've never had a black chairman, president of the Democratic Party in the state of Florida. Never. Nikki Freed is the president. We've never had a black person. Jewish lady. She was the Secretary of Agriculture, ran for governor, didn't win. Just keep listening to what I'm saying. Chair of the Democratic Party was, at one point, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She had to leave. There's a big scandal behind that. Then you have Jared Moskowitz, the next powerful person. Then you have the hat lady chilling. She's on her road to be done. Sheila, let me tell you how they work. Now, Jerry Moskowitz got on the thing, the black sister, the vice mayor, he got on the thing. God bless her soul. I mean, beautiful lady. I'm sorry about her family and everything. And he was, oh my God, she was getting ready to run in Congressional District 20. Yeah, this is Jerry Moskowitz. I'm very weary of who these people run because I think they run people to control our people and to be able to gentrify our areas. Because if you run against a real black man or black woman who don't stand for the gentrification bullshit, or you can't just pay them some money off, different movie. So he's running around saying that. Sheila, how did Sheila get jammed up? How did she get jammed up with the 500,000? All of a sudden, she ended up with 5 million, and she's been indicted for taking $5 million in COVID money. She got her case went before the ethics committee in Congress, and 27 of the 27 counts, 25 counts, she was found guilty, and then she did what? She then resigned. I'm going to fuck y'all up right now. I'm going to tell you the establishment. And that's why I'm going back. This is that Donald Trump moment. This is that mega party moment that we're in. We're mega. And we need to take over the Democratic Party. We need to show them how powerful we are. I'm bringing it. I know I went there earlier, but I'm just bringing it all around because the establishment wants to keep control. And there are certain people in this establishment of this Democratic Party, especially here in South Florida, that want to keep control. And they use people. Who was in control of the money when Sheila applied for the COVID money? Who was in charge of the money when Sheila applied? Now, Sheila Sheffers McCormick resigned, Congresswoman. The ethics committee found her guilty of 25 of the 27 counts. It was alleged, and she's currently indicted and currently running for this seat, indicted, allegedly taking $5 million from the state of Florida, where she put in a grant for $500,000, and they added another zero on it. Stay right there. She allegedly took the money and ran for Congress with the money and won, allegedly buying a seat. Who's in charge of the money when she got the $5 million? Who was in charge of the money in Florida, working up under Ron DeSantis? Who was in charge of the money and giving out the grants? Who was the person pushing the unalive vice mayor to run in Congressional District 20? Who? Who was the one on social media saying that, because this lady never announced that she was running, but And it was supposed to be that she was going to announce the day before she was unalived. Who? So Jared Moskowitz doing the announcement. Who was in charge of the money when Sheila got the wrong amount of money? Allegedly got the $5 million when she was supposed to get $500. Who was in charge? It was Jared Moskowitz. Congressman Jared Moskowitz. In charge of distributing the money. He worked for Ron DeSantis. So who knew she got the wrong amount? You see where I'm going? Who sat in the room with Debbie Wasserman Schultz and say, you go run over there in District 20, not running those other districts? Jared Moskowitz. I'm gonna let that sit on y'all. Go look it up. He was in charge of all the fucking COVID money. If anybody gave Sheila $5 million, allegedly gave $5 million, it was Jared fucking Moskowitz. Who wants to control Congressional District 20? Okay? People, you got to see this shit for what it is. This man wants to be the controller of the niggers. I'm telling you, you're fucking with the wrong one. Jared Moskowitz was in control of all of the COVID relief efforts and money. When Sheila allegedly did her paperwork and allegedly got the wrong amount, the $5 million that she allegedly did not tell them, who the fuck was in charge? Jared Moskowitz. So, it's really interesting that you were working for Ron DeSantis, Jared. You then ran for Congress and won, Jared. You made the mistake of giving Sheila $5 million, allegedly. It was you that made the big announcement that the vice mayor, God bless her soul, was getting ready to run in Congressional 20, Jared. It was you, Jared Moskowitz, that went in the back room with Debbie Wasserman Schultz to come up with this whole thing of, Debbie, you need to run over there in Congressional District 20, and I hold this shit down for the Jews over here. You go over there, and now we can have two motherfucking districts. Come on now. Y'all fucking the wrong one. Remember, I used to, I know history. I know politics. So you, Jared, want to control all the niggas. Y'all don't see this shit? And I'm telling you, they screwed up. Then they got the little senator lady in the district. And if Debbie don't run, don't be surprised she try to run. Because they need to control the district. They need to control the black money. They have an agenda to gentrify this fucking district. I'm standing out there in the park with all these business people. Part of my platform is creating black businesses. I'm standing out in the park and I'm looking and I'm saying to myself, oh, lady, she cooked and her little son said, my mama cooked good and the people don't appreciate her. And another lady, she does handbags. And another lady, Freeman, they do cakes. They have all these little black businesses in the park on Sistrunk. And I'm saying to myself, these are the inspired business people. These are the people who you can easily bring federal funding back to the district so that they can create businesses within the district, but they don't want that. Because if you create vibrant businesses and the dollar is translating throughout the African-American community, that's too much like Black Wall Street. That's too much like what they burned down in West Palm Beach. That's too much like what they ran that train, that damn expressway through Broward and expressway through Overtown. That's too much like burning down Tulsa. But they ain't on that. And I'm going to say this to the Haitian community too. They fuck y'all too. You got Moskowitz. You got Wasserman Schultz. You got Rango up there. You got Sheila Shepard McCormick. All these congressmen and women. But it was a Black congresswoman out of Boston, out of Massachusetts, that took a bill trying to stop TPS. It was a woman out of Boston, Massachusetts, a Black congresswoman that went to every congressperson and got 6 Republicans across the aisle to sign it, to put it in law that they passed. It wasn't not one of these motherfuckers from down here. Not one of them. So y'all gonna play crackhead games with these people? The Haitian Democratic Party, you should look at them and say, shame on you. Because it took a lady from Boston to try and protect you all. It wasn't them. They don't give a shit about you all. I'm just saying. You got the wrong one here. Look how it works. Look how this shit works. Look how it works. Look how it works. There's always a rhyme and a reason, people. There's always a rhyme. And this same thing goes on in this entire Democratic Party. Just to show us shit stink, when we flip the House and the Senate, they're going to resurrect some other. Hakeem Jeffrey won't be the party leader. We always run shit when we're the interim coach all the time. For you going into battle, look at this right here. Read this. You're going to battle, you're going to have positive content. You're going to have to be positive. You're going to have to turn the other cheek. You're going to have to not call out Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and you're going to have to not, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that comment. Fuck that. Too long we've been positive. Too long we've been turning the other cheek. No more. We've been too long not speaking our piece. Too long. For too long. We've been, well, I'm sitting up, I'm running for a goddamn seat. I'm running for a seat in Congressional District 20 of Broward County, talking about the same things that we've been talking about for the last 60 years. For the last 60 years, we're talking about affordable housing, SNAP benefits, Medicare, Medicaid. We're talking about education for kids and bringing programs to the schools, and we're talking about revitalizing neighborhoods, and we talk about infrastructure, and we talk about job creation and small business loans. Well, who the hell? Why are we still talking about this? Because we don't have these things. This party failed us. And these people who are trying to control this party, who have had the control of this party and who pick our elected leaders, they control the party. Not with me. Donald Trump didn't let it happen.
It's safe. It's safe to come
See
here,
what he
man.
did. Hold up.
Of people. Brown v. Board, it overturned Plessy v. Ferguson of 1890.
Now, you see that? There we go. There we go. For you. This ain't about being nice right now. Ain't no nice.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz is attempting to carpetbag her way into replacing black political representation in Florida's 20th Congressional District. Established in 1992 under provisions of the Voting Rights Act, black Floridians were able, for the first time since Reconstruction, to elect a black political representative to Congress. And for the last 34 years, that's how it's been. Debbie Wasserman Schultz has also been in office since 1992. And in that time, we have seen the collapse of the Florida Democratic Party under her watch. What gives Debbie Wasserman Schultz the right, after presiding over these failures, to sidle on up to the safest Democratic seat in South Florida? And why does she think she's more entitled to this seat than the many qualified black candidates that have been running for it since the election began? Wasserman Schultz is testing the waters with polling and a congressional town hall scheduled for this coming Monday. We need to make it clear, a white incumbent with $2.5 million in their campaign war chest, funded primarily by the same corporate PACs that have made voters lose faith in the Democratic Party, is the last person that black Floridians deserve representing them in the 20th District. If Debbie Wasserman Schultz believes so strongly that her brand of corporate centrism is the recipe for Democrats to win tough races, then she should prove it by running to flip one of these new Republican-tinged districts.
Simple as that. And I add more insult to it.
Wasserman Schultz from Florida's 25th Congressional District. All right, so she's been in office since 2005. In the 2024 cycle, she raised just under $2.9 million, with 71% of those funds coming from individuals and 27% of those funds coming from PACs. Now, of those funds that she got from individuals, 65% of those donations came in at over $2,000 a pop. And $500,000 of these individual donations were earmarked donations through APAC. And of those PAC funds she received, over $270,000 of those funds came from corporate PACs. Moving to her personal finances, well, she used to be known as a more prolific stock trader, and she does still trade. According to her newest financial disclosure, it's only reported that she holds an estimated $75,000 in individual stocks. This makes up a moderate chunk of her estimated net assets, just over $500,000. Moving on to grading, we have barely any small individual donations, a ton of earmarked funds, a ton of corporate PAC money, and she still holds individual stocks. And it shouldn't be a surprise that she's also not a co-sponsor of the bipartisan congressional stock trading ban. Overall, Debbie Wasserman Schultz ranks 335th in the House and gets an F.
And so I supposed to be nice. I'm supposed to be nice. It's a money grab. It's a power hungry money grab. So I'm supposed to be nice? No. Y'all got the fighter in here. I'm God sent. Okay. That's who I'm here. You got the fighter here. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not getting ready to be up here, be nice and be politically correct. No. I am the businessman, the community activist, the person who has done so much for African Americans in this country and in South Florida. I'm here to put my best foot forward to fight for these people of Broward County, fight for these kids, fight for these adults, fight for the business owners that's sitting out in the damn park while everything around them getting gentrified. That's what I'm here. I'm here to do that. And you just saw it right there. All the lady money comes from PACs. The $5 small donor, that's why when y'all see me on here saying, go to my website and donate $5. $5 mean more than $3,500. Why does $5 mean more than $3,500? Because you know you get the person that could donate $3,500. 9 times 10 they want something in return. The person that donates $5 to $10, that is a real true blue person that's in it for their kids, the future of the district, the future of this country. The $3,500, the PAC and all that, they just told y'all where this lady money come from. But again, moving right along. How you doing, Shrita? How's your day, my brother?
What's going on, man?
I'm on fire today. It's Wednesday. Normally I be chilling on Wednesday, but I'm hot. I'm hot. They got me hot. They got me hot for more reasons than one. They got me hot because I looked at this. Did you see the Kevin Hart special?
Yeah.
You enjoyed that?
I always enjoy it. It'd be brutal, but I like them.
Okay, see, you're the sports guy.
Yeah.
Right. I did a post this morning, and I was talking about we're gonna bring sports and politics together because right now it's riding together. They're calling for a black boycott of all the schools, all the SEC schools, the schools in the areas of Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, because they gerrymandered the maps and they took out black representation. Unlike Florida, Florida didn't take out black representation. They took some parts of black representation away from African Americans, but they gerrymandered the map where they took out black representation in those states. So most people are calling for a boycott. I called for a boycott. Everybody else called for a boycott and said this needs to stop because of what their legislative body just did. And now we all know this little governor of Louisiana, like every other governor, and let's keep this. Let me reel it back a little bit. These are state schools, and state schools are controlled by the governor. Let's say this first so we can educate the audience. Right. State schools, unlike University of Miami is a private school, Duke is a private school, but the University of Alabama, University of Auburn, there are state schools, get state funding. The governor essentially picks the president and the board and the president picks the coach. So the governor is in total control of who coaches these teams. LSU, Mississippi, Louisiana, all these, in my opinion, KKK country. These are the people. So these are the people who just signed into law taking African American rights of representation away. So my point is, why are these black kids and why are these recruits committing to these universities knowing what they just did? My point is this. I say boycott them. I say decommit right now. I say you got options. You go, hey, look here, send this country a message that we won't stand for it as African Americans, and go take your ass on over to go make them the whitest conference that they could ever be. Go. You can go to Freeman at Notre Dame. You can go, if you're a big time recruit going to these schools, you can go to Freeman at Notre Dame. You can go over to Prime at Colorado. You can go to Maryland. And if you're on the lower level, you can go over there to FAMU with my brother from Broward, the head coach. You can go over there to damn FIU. You got to make a stance, Streeter. But are we prepared to do that? That's my question to you.
We're not prepared.
We're not
prepared to do it. No, we're not prepared to do it at all. Does it make sense? I mean, yeah. Did it? It made sense to boycott when they wasn't getting paid. It made more sense than for football players than anything, and they still didn't come together on a Saturday and sit down and say, "Hey, man, this has to change." So we're not prepared. We're not prepared at all.
Do they realize that if they don't make a stance right now, that they will be forever disrespected as athletes? Do they realize that? Do they realize that if they don't make a stance right now as African American men and family, that they can get some policy put in place to roll back this NIL money because they did not make a stance right now? You take this and you make this a stance right now, and you change the whole fabric of everything that they're trying to do to African Americans. Do you think these people realize that?
No.
So they're just sitting there in the blind. They're just going out to practice right now in the spring, running around, mom and daddy going to work, not really paying attention of what's really going on. Let me tell you this, man. So your son's a 5-star. How many 5 stars going to any of them schools? Alabama, Auburn, LSU, Tennessee. How many 5 stars are going to have committed to these schools right there? And who are they? Do you know? I know I'm giving you a hard task right there.
Who are they? Ooh. No, that ain't.
It's only 32 5 stars. I didn't say 4 stars.
That's an easy task. Which schools we talking about? So what we talking about? What we talking about?
What's that? Let's call their names. Let's call their names, Streeter.
What schools we talking about? SEC schools?
You got Auburn, you got Alabama, in the state of Alabama. So you got Mississippi State, and Mississippi. You got LSU and Louisiana. And then you got University of Tennessee.
Florida safe.
Who?
Florida safe. Florida safe.
Florida safe. They did not erase congressional black seats like these people did.
The number 2 player in the nation is going to Alabama. Elijah Haven.
And where he from?
Louisiana.
And he's from Louisiana going to Alabama. And what is his name? Elijah Haven. Y'all need to go to Elijah and his mama Twitter and say decommit. we need to take a stance. And then if Elijah don't know what the hell is going on, Elijah gonna be like, well, why y'all want me to decommit and go to a black school? Not a black school, but one of these other 4 brothers. And he gonna be then y'all gonna educate Elijah, because Elijah ain't gonna know. All the white fans gonna jump in there and go after you and all that there. This is where black Twitter needs to take effect. So Elijah needs to be number 1, because Elijah don't know. We're gonna assume Elijah don't know. And we're gonna jump in Elijah's Twitter account and say, Elijah, you need to decommit from Alabama because this is what's going on in Alabama. Then Elijah gonna go home and tell Mama and Daddy, they in my Twitter. And they're telling me I need to decommit and go to a school in another state.
Tell Elijah right now why he needs to decommit. Tell him.
Elijah, you need to decommit from the University of Alabama, because the University of Alabama is a state school. Mm-hmm. The state school is controlled by the governor and the legislative body. They put the president of the school and the president of the school and the board. They the one pick the coach. They have made a decision, Elijah, that blacks in your home state and in Alabama don't feel that African Americans should be represented in Congress. That is setting us back since 1965. So the things that you and your brother and everybody else need, and the things that African Americans need in Alabama and in Louisiana and all these other states, Elijah, it's been taken away from them. Because without no black representation, how are we going to get the services that we need if they've erased their seats? So you, Elijah, need to make a stance. You, Elijah, and every other 5-star student athlete that is committed to these colleges in those states need to make a stance right now. No different than Travis Hunter did, no different than Shador Sanders did, no different than Amani, all those guys. This could be historic, Elijah. You and every other 5-star, this could be historic moment in time. Go back and look at the stance that Jim Brown and this whole group of African Americans, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all of them were athletes and entertainers that came together and took a stance against the federal government, and they made this change for you to be able to reap the rewards and the benefits that you and all your other 5-star fellow athletes are making. So you need to make this stance right now, and your parents need to tell you also, yeah, I know Alabama is getting ready to give you this big ass NIL deal and all that. No, you can get that same NIL deal over at Notre Dame. You can get that same NIL deal over at Colorado. You can get that same NIL deal over there in Maryland. So you got to make a stance. Bet on yourself, boss. Bet on you. If you're that guy, you're that guy. You're that guy. Wherever you go, you're that guy.
So they said this out of their mouth. They said out of their mouth that blacks don't deserve to hold them seats.
No, they erased it. What do you mean out of their mouth? They gerrymandered the map.
They gerrymandered the map. So explain to Elijah what
they did. It's gone. It's gone. You're looking at the news. Tennessee is they got rid of black representative. They cut up black districts. They cut it up. They erased it. That's what they did. They didn't gerrymander, redistrict, and go. No, they erased it. It's to the point in Louisiana. That's why ain't nobody need to be going no LSU. Lane Kiffin is my friend. I like him. But this is bigger than Lane Kiffin. This is about my people. Fuck that. This is about my people. If your ass going to LSU, you need to be decommitting.
Ahmad Hudson, tight end, going to LSU, 5-star.
And where he come from?
Louisiana, Ruston, Louisiana.
Oh, you should know. Lamar. I know that was your school you wanted to go to all your life. You just grew up a LSU Tiger. You grew up a Tiger. You wanted to play for Tiger. You wanted to play in the stadium, the Tiger Stadium, full up with all them white people screaming and hollering and all them press boxes, but they don't give a damn about you because that governor just signed in law to erase black representation. And without no black representation, there's no funds going back to the black community the way it should be, my brother. So by you going over there, you need to make a stand, son. And you'll make a bigger impact than any other athlete going to LSU right now committed to. Look, Lane Kiffin, I know Lane Kiffin, I consider him as a friend, but this is bigger than Lane Kiffin. This is about black representation because Lane Kiffin should have went his ass down there instead of talking shit about Mississippi. He should be talking about that goddamn governor who fired your AD at LSU and hired the one that you have right now. Yeah, I know he's black, but everybody ain't black. Ain't some Oreos and shit. And he hired Lane Kiffin, and Lane is over there. But it's not about him. It's not about Lane. It's about that governor signing in law that should make you feel like you half a man. So if you're looking out for yourself, young fella, then you're going to go sign up and you're going to continue the cycle and they ain't going to have no respect for you because I'm going to tell you like this here. Football will be over for everybody. Life expectancy of a football player in the NFL is 3 years. So you do 3 years in college and come out and go to the draft, and then you do 3 years in the NFL, you make a whole bunch of money, but then you know what happens? What are you going to do after? When you are sitting there at 26 years old, young as fuck, and you may want to own a construction company. You may want to own a bunch of restaurants and put people to work. You may want to own land in Louisiana. You may want to do some constructive things, but the thing that you've done is you stifled your own growth because you did not make a stance right now. And if you make a stance right now, you would have an elected official that looks like you that you can lean back on and say, these are some of the things that I want to do in my city and in your congressional district and in this state. And you won't get disenfranchised because you're African American. That's why we don't get the same money they get, because they control the fucking money. And now you ain't got no control. So you need to do something.
Elijah's parents, is it fair that
Elijah and his parents? Hey, look, man, y'all got to.
What?
I'm just saying, who next? I'm telling them they're gonna throw me off of YouTube.
Jaden Bryant.
I'm gonna get thrown off this fucking platform.
Jaden Bryant, LSU.
Another one going LSU. Jaden, the same argument that I made for Elijah, I'm making for you. Where Jaden come from? Louisiana?
Columbia, South Carolina.
Columbia, South. Jaden, you got the same problem because in South Carolina they did the same thing. Jaden, you got to break the chain, Jaden. You got to break the chain, boss. I just gave you some places that you can go. Hey, look, hell, you can go to Miami. You go down there with Mario. This state ain't race nothing. You got to play. Hey, I say make a stance and go play for the brothers in Power 5. I say make a stance to go play for the brother. Now that's more powerful. But decommit now. Decommit, Jaden. All y'all decommit. Who else you got?
That's it.
People think they could buy. This fucking governor in Louisiana think he could buy and sell y'all black ass. Let's keep it in buck. If he thought there was going to be backlash of LSU losing players by gerrymandering this map and taking black representation, I guarantee you that little governor of Louisiana, Louisiana would not have made the decision to erase these maps. This man, do you know, Streeter? This man erased black representation, and then on top of it, in the middle of an election, he stopped the damn election and say, "No, y'all gonna do it on what we just passed." Man, who we got next?
Just doing what they want to do. That's the last 5-star. The rest of them ain't committed. We got one going to Georgia, Kemon Spell. He almost was at
Georgia didn't erase now. He good.
Kemon Spell, number 1 running back in the nation. Maybe
he good. He's good. Damn. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah. He was almost at Edison. Back in the nation.
Why not Edison?
Why not? Why not Edison? Yeah.
Parents running for the bag. I understand they're running for the bag, but they got bags in these places that I recommended. They got a bag at Notre Dame. They got a bag over there at Colorado. They got a bag over there at Maryland. They got bags, but Maryland is sponsored by Under Armour. Everybody got bags. So it ain't about it bet on you. It ain't about the bag. That's why I didn't say, oh yeah, just go to HBCU. Where most of them ain't got no bag. That's why I say no. I gave some places where they got some big bags. No, they ain't got a big ass bag. No, they ain't got the biggest bag of all bags. And if you're a running back, they got the best running back coach in America at Notre Dame. All his running backs go to the league. Juwan Sider. So don't give me the bag argument. That's why I know y'all was going to go with the bag argument.
No, it's bags
Check
everywhere.
this out. Yeah, Streeter. All the rest of them, don't go there. They need to make up their mind. All right, Streeter. So going back to this right, look at this.
With that sentiment is that you were born in 1954.
Yeah.
Okay. You're
Very
70.
popular
You're
lady.
71.
Yeah.
Right. In 1954.
By the way, I'm a vampire.
During your lifetime, we've actually had Brown v. Board of Education.
I remember.
Yeah, Brown v. Board of Education. I don't know how you remember it. I think you were like 2 months old. But
Like
Brown v.
54.
Brown v.
But your point is-
I'm not finished yet. Let me finish
You're
my
gonna
thought.
drill back to 54.
Yeah, because you're still alive, right? And so there's an entire generation of people. Brown v. Board, it overturned Plessy v. Ferguson
And
of
your point
1896.
is? Bring it.
My point is that my mother was born in 1951. She desegregated schools. My father was shot in the civil rights movement. Those people.
Let him finish.
I'm going to finish because you're being utterly disrespectful.
Not at all.
So I'm going to finish this comment. So what I'm telling you is that there are people in this country who fought, died, and bled for the right to vote. Don't be a dick. Just understand.
Okay. Bakari,
just
please.
I'm not
understand.
a dick. I'm pointing something out to you. The Constitution is being upheld. Do you have a problem with that? Do you have a problem with the Constitution of the United States of America?
Bakari, I'm going to stop you because I just want everybody to reset with a modicum of respect at this table. Please stop.
You see where it's going at, Street. I played that. You see what Bakari Sellers did, and the guy up in the chat told me, "Oh, I need to be politically correct, and I need to be nicer, and I need to be." No, Bakari Sellers is a good friend of mine. He was elected official. He got on CNN and called this dude a dick. That's what it's going. It ain't no time to be turning no other cheek and being nice.
Put it back up there. Which one of them said that? Put it back up there. Which one of them said that?
The black man told the white man, "Don't be a dick."
The black man that was talking.
But Carl Sellers, here we go.
Let me finish my thought.
Drill back to 54.
Yeah, because you're still alive.
Okay,
right?
yeah. So
there's
he
an
told
entire
O'Leary.
generation
O'Leary,
of
you know who
people.
O'Leary is,
Brown v.
right?
Board, it overturned
Yeah.
Plessy v. Ferguson
And
of
your point
1896.
is, bring it.
Yeah, he's the guy on the show giving out the money.
Yeah. So you said where is this going? Because I told him don't be a dick. Where is it going?
Are you listening?
Where is it going?
Listen, let me let it finish so you can. I know you're a smart guy.
My mother was born in 1951. She desegregated schools. My father was shot in the civil rights movement. Those people.
Let him finish.
I'm going to finish because you're being utterly disrespectful.
Not at all.
So I'm going to finish this comment. So what I'm telling you is that there are people in this country who fought, died, and bled for the right to vote. Don't be a dick. Just understand.
Bakari,
just
please.
I'm not
understand.
a dick. I'm pointing something out to you. The Constitution is being upheld. Do you have a problem with that?
He has no problem with them rolling back with these. He's a mega.
Mm-hmm.
He has no problem with blacks not being represented and them gerrymandering them out. So Bakari went in on him, explained to him about his family and how disrespectful this is, disrespectful for him and anybody else to roll this thing back. And that's my guy.
Basically, he kept saying, okay, that is what it is. Like,
but that's how they feel. They're arrogant right now, Streeter.
Well, yeah,
they're trying to keep control of Congress because they know if they can control Congress and the Senate, then there's a possibility that Trump could finish his term. They feel like if they can't control it, then he's going to get impeached and he's going to get thrown out.
Luke, they're at the point where they're saying, okay, y'all do something.
And that's what the party is doing. That's what Trump is fighting by gerrymandering the map to get more seats in Congress so he can stop this madness. And that's why I went in on Wasserman Schultz. If you're so powerful, you can go and run into these other two districts that are Republican districts that Trump only won by 10%. And his numbers are down to 30%. There's a strong possibility that she go into those districts and flip those districts to Democrat, then other than coming over here into this black district that you know is going to be Democrat. So again, that's where we at. I wanted to play that for you because that's the climate we're in. We're not in a nice climate right now. Either you're going to stand on the wall or you're not going to stand on the wall. And it's just that simple.
To stop Iran from being a nuclear threshold nation,
I don't want to play him because he's trying to save his life. He's trying to save his. Now let me go back here.
He's trying to save his what?
Leader. She was the head of the DNC during the
No, I'm all over the place right now. Okay, so here we go. So Streeter, all this going on in the world, all this gerrymandering the map, restructuring the Civil Rights Voters Act that was structured in 1965, people bled and died for. All this going on. We go into, you know how you have the award shows, and the award shows, they go live that weekend, and most of the artists on the award show, they'll speak on the political issues that concern the people, and normally they'll speak out against something that is so wrong. But they had this live event on Netflix with Kevin Hart. And this was the big headline of it all.
Very humble of me to be at your goat roast tonight, Kevin. I've won an Emmy Award, but this is going to be my best acting tonight as I pretend like you are a goat. For the people at home, you're wondering, why is the cat man doing this? For the money, bitch. This is my Riyadh Comedy Festival. Only one with a soul. Kevin, you're going to hear some things tonight that you're not familiar with. Those things are called punchlines. Is this dais the best that the industry could put together for dear old Kev? I'm not sure if the Illuminati is real or if this is the junior varsity version, but for those of you just joining us, Kevin and I have beef, and I'll tell you why. Because privately, this motherfucker stole everything from me. Before he saw my act, he was a 6'3" white man. I tried to tell y'all that Kevin Hart was a plant. Because I keep burying him, he keeps springing back the fuck up. Just like a plant. Yes, I said some things I'd like to take back. Some things I said were misunderstood. I did say that Kevin was a Hollywood puppet, and I want to explain that. Because it might not be what you think. I meant that the head of Netflix literally has his whole hand up Kevin's ass and can make him do anything. Kevin only has one rule in his movies: no N-word. And that N-word is no. He's never fucking said it, never ever. Scary Movie 3, Ride Along, Night School, Get Hard. I turned down all of them because I was not comfortable being a coon. Went right behind me for the same price. If you're going to see a Kevin Hart movie, do yourself a favor, see it in a black theater so you can hear words like, I want my motherfucking money back. And I want my money back too. Or this is some bullshit, I want my money back. Even The Rock can't save your ass. Kevin and The Rock have what you call a bromance. That's when two actors secretly fuck the shit out of each other. But seriously, how could...
I played this, right, clip of Cat Williams. But I noticed, Streeter, now one of the comedians, now there's viral clips of this one guy who be on the Joe Rogan show. He's a racist guy, and he got up there and he just started talking all kind of racist shit. He just went hard, right? Which is something that's, along with all this gerrymandering of the map and all with taking away black representation, you have these folks like these folks going on this show, and he brought on the guy from Joe Rogan, racist guy. He said the N-word. Well, he close to saying the N-word. He just drugged black people, which is what he does on his Joe Rogan, allegedly do on his Joe Rogan show. He's the known racist and don't like black people. Then you got another guy running around the country, another guy, I forget what his name, he calls all the black people the N-word with his camera crew. And it's like a norm right now.
He got arrested.
Who?
That guy walking around with the camera crew.
The Chad guy?
Yeah.
Chad the Builder?
For something else, though. For like bad driving, like something else. It wasn't for what he been doing. But
so
go ahead.
It's like an all-out assault on black people. It's like, we're going to attack you. We're going to take your right to vote away. We're going to go and we're going to take your right to be represented away. We're going to run around on podcasts calling you the N-word. We're going to do a big old roast, and then we're going to invite one of the most racist guys to get on there and call all the black people everything but the child of God. But nobody, including the black people on the dais and everybody, Kevin Hart and every one of them, nobody spoke about what was happening in the present moment. nobody spoke about the gerrymandering of the map. And I say that to say this. Normally you have big award shows, not just being an award, but when they grab that mic, the first thing they say is, you know what's fucked up right now is them gerrymandering. That they could have took and recreated the jokes and then went right after the racist guy who sits on Joe Rogan's show and talk about these gerrymandering of these maps of being okay. But nobody on that roast brought the attention to the issue at hand, which was black representation being taken away in these states. And I find that very, very, very interesting. And that's why I love my people, my artists. That's why I love my artists, because we stand on business. We ain't got no problem getting up in there and calling whoever the fuck we need to call out, because we know they don't control our money. They don't control us. Our fans control us. And that's what and that's what people do. You know, they can't buy our fans that not like us. Right now, if R. Kelly get out of jail, whatever he convicted of, R. Kelly go out of jail right now, R. Kelly gonna settle. Kanye West went, all the shit that Kanye West has said about everybody, whether it's black, white, Jewish people, you name it, all the shit that Kanye West said, he sold out the fucking arena in LA 2 nights in a row. That's the music. But these comedians and these comedians and these actors, I question how they stand. They're talking about industry plants.
You think that was the place for that? You think that was the place for that? You saying somebody could have flipped it into
Yeah, you got, and that whole roast, he had this one white guy on there. All he had was he's a known racist. And in their jokes, they called him a racist. And when he got the microphone, he talked about black people like they were the worst thing in the world. He ain't hold no punches. And so that was the place to get him at that moment. They should have went around the corner, written some shit, and say, yeah, I know this he happy right now. He happy right now. They didn't gerrymander the map, they didn't brought us back. Redid the shit in 1965. That was the moment to get him. But in all actuality, none of them said nothing.
Luke, in comedy, we don't hold back on white people. We have never held back on white people.
Well, they held back the other night.
We never. It's normal to us.
No, to who?
When we start calling white people
Richard Pryor,
dance.
Not on that show. Not on that show the other night.
We never hold back. I just think it's normal that we
not on that show. After what had happened to us that week, this show was on live on Sunday. I think it was Sunday or Saturday, and they didn't roll back shit. Black folks' rights all the way back to the 1965, and they got on a live show, and they ain't made no mention of this shit with a known racist, a guy who's a part of that, who was a part of glorifying, rolling our shit back, who talks on a podcast every day with Joe Rogan, and nobody said nothing. No, none of these motherfuckers said one thing. That's disturbing to me. What, we sleep at the wheel?
Yeah, we sleep now. We sleep, and I don't know what it takes to wake us up, but we sleep, especially when the fight is in politics. When the fight's in politics and suits, yeah, we just walk around till the hammer come down. So now we sleep. We sleep now. But I don't think we've never held back on white people in comedy. I think it's normal. Yeah, we make jokes about them dancing and jokes about them being corny and jokes about them having little parts, and I think that's normal. But Luke, you're doing a good job. Maybe you can give him a wake up. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you're doing a great job. Maybe you're getting a wake up. But we sleep at the wheel, man. We sleep. We talk about this all the time. You on mute?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're stressing me out today, though, man. You're stressing me out, man.
You always get stressed.
I went to Chad. Yeah, man. You stressed me out, man. I went to Chad Ochocinco wide receiver camp and stuff. I'm thinking we finna talk about some wide receivers, some release moves, and you're stressing me. You're stressing me out
because you at the camp. You're at the camp. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is what I'm talking about.
Where's a piece of shit? Let's find out.
Shit.
Today we're gonna.
Not him.
Who is he?
Hold on. I thought I pulled the clip. I thought I got the clip. Yes, I do have the clip. Here's the clip. Not the gun, but here's the clip. Right here. I need y'all to listen to this. Listen to this. Come on, right here. Work with me. Work with me, chat. Work with me, chat. Y'all calm down in the chat.
Fight on a private plane, proof that no matter how much money black people have, they're still just gonna act like ninjas. Please fight. Like Bill Cosby, Hart is a black comedian from Philadelphia, and like Bill Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin. God bless this room, and God bless the United States of America.
You lost for words?
No, I'm not. I'm not lost for words. I mean, I think we've never did to them what they did to us. I get it. We never did to them what they did to us. I get it. So for a long time, I think they held their tongues and we let her rip. Like we let her rip. And I think they're not holding their tongues now. So the question is, Luke, what's next?
The people in the comment, they must be didn't see the show neither. It's like, what the fuck?
No, the question is what's next? They're not holding their tongue.
Look, man, either we're going to turn another cheek and don't say nothing. Hold on. The people in the chat is bugging. The chat is bugging right now because I don't think they even heard this. Let me go back to this shit.
On a private plane, proof that no matter how much money black people have, they're still just gonna act like ninjas. Always fighting. Like Bill Cosby, Hart is a black comedian from Philadelphia, and like Bill Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin. God bless this room, and God bless the United States of America.
Kevin, stop laughing. But bro, listen, I mean, like I said, those roasts are always brutal, right? But Luke, they're not holding their tongue anymore. We never held our tongue. Now what's next?
I'm just saying, my thing is there were other comedians that came before him and other comedians that came after him. Because of what happened this week, after all these black folks died and fought for these rights to vote, rights to be represented, not one of those comedians felt good enough to say something. And for more reasons than one. After he said what he said, I'd have been rewriting. I would have been rewriting. I should have already been wrote to deal with the issue. But if I had any questions about going off a script in the moment, that would have made me go really on script of saying because everybody in the roast identified him as a known racist. And then he got up there, did his thing. Fine, it's comedy. But then I'd have went hard at his ass because all jokes ain't jokes. All jokes ain't jokes. If you brought this guy in, how often do they bring a guy in? These type of people normally get canceled. Hold on. Let me just say this here. Do you think they know this man comes from a racist podcast? Did you think they would have invited the Honorable Minister Farrakhan and let him tell some jokes? He could have went up there and told some true jokes about certain people. You think that'd have been funny? You think that'd have been canceled? You think the executives would have been okay with that straight up?
We didn't get Farrakhan for him. He don't rate Farrakhan. Like we don't get a bazooka for a fucking handgun. like we don't need to get Farrakhan for him. He's at all the road.
They should have called Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle would have gave him the business, and I'm pretty sure Dave Chappelle's somewhere writing right now. Because nobody up there, none of those comedians defended black people. None of the black comedians defended black people in the moment that they needed to defend us the most on that platform. None of them. They were all of them were sitting up there self-centered, thinking about their self, thinking about not upsetting the Netflix executives because they like their big Netflix check. And they didn't want to make it a racial thing. They probably was told, don't say nothing about gerrymandering the map.
I don't know if they said anything about that, but look, they don't hold their tongue. They killed Tom Brady up there. they don't hold their tongue when it comes to them roasts.
But they did when it came to black people. When they came to what happened to us.
Yeah, I don't think they said anything about that.
Cheryl Underwood jumped up there and they drug her and her dead husband who committed suicide.
She drugged them too.
She had to defend herself, and now she on a speaking tour.
She drugged them too, Lou.
Yeah.
she didn't sit there and take it.
Well, I think somebody need to drag the racists and drag the people who did what they did to us as a people.
I think he's trying really hard.
Are you trying to make excuses for them?
No, I mean you're gonna turn it into that, but I think we've been making jokes about white people for a long time.
Yeah, we have, and they've been making jokes about us.
I think he tries really hard. He tries really hard to stoop really low, and it becomes kind of questionable.
I'm just saying. It was more about Cat Williams, who got beef with got beef with Kevin Hart, and them coming together, which I thought was a great moment. Hopefully it was real and not rigged. And Cat really put his feelings aside and all that. But the most important moment would have been in that roast where people had a conversation about what had just happened to African Americans that week. But you don't feel that way.
No, they missed it. They missed that. But when the fight is in politics, Luke, we ain't never been stronger than that, Luke.
No, we have.
When was we strong at it?
Streeter.
When?
See, you in this LeBron generation, y'all. Why, whatever they want to call y'all, why is, why grade, why S, why this, whatever the hell they want to call y'all in this new generation. There were times when Lou Alcindor, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, all these black men came together to fight against the oppressor. All of them came together to stand with Muhammad Ali, because Muhammad Ali has always been political motivated. Muhammad Ali said, I'm not going to fight in your war when you are doing this to our people. You ain't never seen that historic picture of all those black athletes and entertainers standing firm together at a press conference, the defender of black people. You don't see that no more, Streeter. You got LeBron James on the thing trashing Memphis. And I fucking love LeBron James. Respect him like a motherfucker. I think he's done more for basketball and more for black people than you could ever imagine. But at that moment was a setback, it was setback. You don't see those moments like you saw before because we're too watered down. We're too busy hating each other. We're too busy on social media dragging each other. You got the women, the black women dragging the black man. You got this. We got this crab in the bucket mentality. Stephen A. Smith, he gets a big contract, and so we all gonna drag him and try to pull him back down. This one right here, we got shows. We got the Cam Newton, and he's sitting down talking to another black person. Ray J, talk about another black person. You got the damn Shannon Sharp sitting down talking to another black person, create the whole beef with Kevin Hart and Cat Williams and whoever else Cat jumped out there on. You got all these shows that we have where it's us tearing down us, but you never see them tearing down them. And you never see us tearing down them because we're scared we're going to get canceled.
I don't know
we're not putting on a show for the man.
No, I don't know why we do media like that. I don't know why we feel like it need to be some drama, some drama, me against
no, it's
you.
It's drama against us.
Yeah, I don't know why we feel
down. Meanwhile, I think all them motherfuckers are playing. I shouldn't be doing all this cussing because I am running for office, but I think I'm just
now, man. Your blood pressure high, too late. You don't raise your blood pressure. It's too late now. You don't raise your blood pressure. You need to calm down. We need to talk about something softer, like Chad Ochocinco wide receiver camp or something. You don't raise your blood pressure, bro. It's too late.
They should have had Chappelle on there.
You sure running for Congress gonna be healthy for you, bro?
I'm going to fight. I got my gloves on.
You're gonna fight. You're gonna fight. You're gonna fight the white lady.
Mode. You saw the beginning of this show? Shit, I just drug down the establishment. Hey, look here, man. I just drug the establishment down and drug them in the mud and exposed some things that most people mind chatty. Hey, Opus Clips and StreamYard Clips is not going to clip that because they're working for them too. I'm gonna have to go in there and find those clips and clip that and then put that out because that is going to be the most wildest shit they ever heard, which they know it. Fucking Jared Moskowitz, he think he the goddamn ringleader of the black people in the whole party. I got something for his ass. There's a new sheriff in town. That motherfucker worked with Ron DeSantis, man. They sent him over here. Here's a plan. He's the Ron DeSantis plan. What are we talking about? That's who the fucking plan is. Jared Moskowitz. Let me get back on him. But Streeter,
what's up?
I have
to stop Iran from being a nuclear threshold nation. You failed to stop Iran from having missiles that could go thousands of miles. Why should we listen to you? Is it possible they could have 60% highly enriched uranium without them cheating in the past?
We know in...
So that's his boy. He dragging the Secretary of Defense because everybody right now is getting ready to vote against Jeff Sessions. So now all of a sudden, that's the politics shit. They try to stay in power. He get drugged. The people in his congressional district say, "No, Jeff, we don't want you anymore. You was over there with old Trumpy, and they was doing all this lying. Man, hold on. At the end of the day, these groceries high. Y'all went in there talking about the eggs, the grocery high, the gas high. We're in a war that y'all said the black lady was gonna put us in, and you sitting up there caping for this man. Now all of a sudden he's trying to tear down the Secretary of Defense because they're having an election in South Carolina and it don't look good for him. All the white people saying, fuck this. It's so funny. It's
funny how they just flip-flop back and forth to whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever to their advantage at the time.
Bro, I can't make this up. It is amazing.
Really quick, because she knows exactly what she's doing by walking out with this guy. And honestly, everyone should be very disappointed in her. She plays in a league and makes money from a league that was built off of Black American women and queer women. Walking out with a known racist and homophobic Morgan Wallen says a lot. So she knows, and she just doesn't care. And honestly, I hope she gets booed. I hope she gets booed the rest of the season. I hope her teammates are going to the front office and to the head coach and just saying, look, I don't want to play with this. Yeah, she can shoot the rock and hit threes, but I'm not playing with somebody who supports this. And for those of you who are thinking, man, that's a little extreme for walking out with this guy. We are living through extreme times, and sometimes it's justified. And this is one of those times.
So, as you can see in the clip, because I didn't want to say it, I wanted the clip to speak for itself. You're the sports guy. Caitlin Clark parades out there with a known racist, allegedly racist, homophobic. Is her little reign over as being the queen of basketball? I'm gonna ask you.
Her reign?
I mean, we know Asia is the best player in the league by far, but she's Larry Bird. She's putting asses in the seats. She's the one who's going against Angel Reese. Everybody love Caitlin Clark. So do everybody continue loving Caitlin Clark after this here? After she's shown who she really is right now?
When you say everybody loving Caitlin Clark got a lot of followers, a lot of white followers.
Of course.
That's why she has so many.
Are they still gonna be with her after this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. I think they're getting more comfortable, Luke. And we've been sitting here watching.
But the WNBA, this man is homophobic and he's racist. And most of the people in the WNBA, most of those girls are, a part of the LGBTQ community. And so she's hanging around with a person, she's rolling,
they got
with a
mad
guy
Carrie read a book,
who got
right?
a problem with them. That goes beyond the race part of it. Race is one thing. When you get in Atlanta and those different places where it's a lot of black fans, but then a large part of it, this is more like a gay league.
They got part of Carrie for just reading the book.
Are gay.
They got mad at Kyrie Irving for just reading the book. Remember, reading a book from a guy who they felt was racist. Remember? I don't know. I don't think nothing happened. I don't think nothing come from this.
I know, right? They tried to axe Kyrie Irving.
They did.
So you think they're not gonna have the same smoke for Caitlin Clark?
No, bro. Like until somebody stand up and there's some repercussions, man. And I think they're getting more comfortable with the things that they're doing. The ones that feel like that.
So where are we going with this, Streeter? Everybody just gonna let everybody treat black people how they want to treat black people?
You gonna have to wake them up.
That's where I'm going. I'm just saying, do I lay back and just sit there and watch the whole movie take my money and go and
we on
go
cruise
to one of
control,
these third
man.
world countries where my money is tripled and just chill out over there and say, hey man, y'all got it. Leave y'all right here. That's what I do. Do I do that, Streeter? Is that where we going? Well, we're gonna be looking at University of Miami on streaming on TV, and we'll be fans from afar in Colombia or one of those countries.
You gotta wake them up, dog.
Surrounded with a bunch of beautiful things, and the money is 20 to 1. That's what we doing, Streeter?
Bruh, you've been asleep for a long time. You've been asleep for a long time. Like certain things we don't respond to. We just react to them.
They're playing chess and we're playing checkers. They know they control all the main arteries of our community. They control the politics because they put their political plants in there. They control the music industry. They control the movie industry. They control the medical industry, and they control law. Because last time I checked, most of y'all running and going to get them as a lawyer. You got to get anything passed. You got to go talk to them in the movie industry and film in the entertainment industry, law, the judges. Y'all know who the judge is. So, and they're talking to us any kind of way on the streets now. They ain't holding back. So where is this going? Do it means that we need to leave gracefully, or do we fight back? Everybody can't afford to leave. And that's the wild thing, because everybody, it's almost like the people who came here on boats and the people who flew here, because everybody didn't come from Cuba on a boat. A lot of them came from Cuba on a plane. A lot of them escaped oppression on a plane. Those are the ones who could afford it. So do I be one of those ones who escape on a plane while I can and leave you here?
And leave me here?
You're going to be here covering Mario, and I'm going to be looking at you. No, you got to stay. I need you to cover. I need you to cover University of Miami football.
You ain't going nowhere.
That's right. She said, let's fight back. That's what I'm talking about. Let's fight back. Let's fight back. We're fighting. That's why, y'all, I keep telling y'all, that is why I'm running for Congress, to fight back. Y'all let that that Debbie Wasserman Schultz gonna take all her money, boy, and she gonna drag my ass. They're gonna have every commercial in America talking about how bad I am.
What are they gonna say?
Everything. They're gonna make shit up. That's why parts of that whole Donald Trump movement and that whole mega movement, a lot of it was right. You got to pay attention to it. A lot of it right. They broke into the establishment. The establishment was the Republican Party. So the Republican Party determines who they want their leader to be. Donald Trump got out there. If you remember, he got on the stage and he was debating the establishment, and he just unalived every one of them. You name it, he just talked about them, their mama, their daughter, their wife, everybody. He just did not hold back. And that whole mega movement took over and control of the Republican Party. This is the moment where the black vote that matters should take control of the Democratic Party. By this lady, by these people trying to control us, we're losing seats, black seats. They ain't lose no white Democratic seats. And in the white Democratic seats, they're trying to run in our district. It's like hostile takeover. So why do we need to have loyalty to these other people in the party and not loyalty to ourselves? That's the question. That's the fight back. And that's why I'm running. And like I say, they're going to take us to try to drag me. I know it. I know it's coming. You don't see nothing right now. but I'm the one who fighting back. I'm the difference maker. I'm the Donald Trump to this Democratic Party. We're trying to create a movement where we have African Americans take control of the party, and therefore the party that we control, because they can't do shit without us. That's the same thing with MAGA. That's why them Republicans had to bow down. They had to bow down to MAGA. They don't believe in what MAGA is all about, but they had to bow down because MAGA has taken control of that party. Black people need to stand the fuck up and take control of this Democratic Party, and don't do this blue no matter who. We need to negotiate with them in this party what we gonna get in, what we get out of it. Because the last time I checked, we ain't got nothing, but they got everything else. And that's the fight back. So what I'm talking about, we go up there, we get a Democratic governor. We get a Democratic governor, and our black colleges don't get no money. We vote in these Democratic senators, and our black communities don't get no money. We got black congressmen, and what the fuck are y'all? What are y'all doing? Y'all ain't bringing no money, but yet still the neighbor, the white Democratic congressman and woman, their community getting all the resources. Why our community ain't getting no resources? I went online, Streeter. See, you got me hot today.
You got yourself hot. You you were hot before I even came in.
I went online. You got me on this Chat GPT, which makes me really crazy. Chat GPT. I goes on Chat GPT last night, right? Outside of my eye burning. And I go on Chat GPT, right? Oh, look at this. LeBron James and Michael Jordan debate. I wanted to be right when I fought you on that, that was too easy. It's no more debate for that. I go on Chat GPT, right? And I asked Chat GPT a question, right? I said, Chat GPT, right? Where's the original question here? Because I know the answer, but I wanted to make sure I'm right. I asked Chat GPT, and y'all go into Chat GPT, and I asked Chat GPT, how can I give? Oh no, let me go up front. Let me go up some. I asked Chat GPT these questions right here, Streeter. And you know they're gonna give it to you right. I said, Chat GPT, where are you at? Come on, man. Do me right here. I'm trying to stroll all the way up. It was just so much because I got so intrigued by the information that it was giving me. I say, I asked Chat GPT this. I say, what money and resources I can bring to Congressional District 20, money and resources, what monies and resources are available, right? That's what ChatGPT said. Roads, highway improvement, bright line expansion, connection, tri-world improvement, Port Everglades, monetization, airport expansion, flood migration. We got a flood problem, water, sewer upgrade, broadband, fiber internet expansion, public housing, redevelopment, park, recreational facilities, programs like the U.S. Department of Transportation, HUD, EPA, Army Corps of Engineers, Commerce Department. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Small business, SBA loans, programs, minority business grants, federal construction opportunities, business loans, Black Wall Street style of investment in investment zones, community development, financial institutions like the FDFIS, opportunity zone investment, important access to grants, tech startup, restaurants, trucking companies, barbershops, all these. That means all these companies here. Okay, here we go. I go down the thing here. You could push for federal tax incentives for movie studios, federal tax incentives for, I already know this, grants and film production hubs, business, music business, collaboration, digital, media training centers, workforce development, all this through federal fund. Okay, where you get the money from? You get the money from the Commerce Grant, SBA, Creative Economic Programs, HUD, redevelopment money, workforce training money, straight up. Youth sports grants, after school funding, mentorship programming. NIL education, workforce development. Federal agencies you work with, athletic facilities, mentor. Come on, man. These are the federal funds, people, that has always been available, that these congressmen and women never go and access. They never go and access these things. These are the federal agencies, the Department of Transportation, HUD. That's the housing. You go and say, HUD, I want to do redevelopment, create affordable housing built by us, for us. EPA, Army Corps of Engineers, you want to do some expansion of the port and waterways and things like that, and the port and the airport. Those are created jobs. SBA, small business loans. Minority business grants, federal contracting opportunities, Black-owned business. Come on, man. It's amazing. These are all the things that a congressman or woman can bring back to their district. Has that been done in Congressional District 20? No. They got a big old field over there, old dam where they used to do the trash and all that over there, a big ass field. Well, part of it is toxic. The lake back there toxic, need to be drugged and closed up because little girl jumped in the lake and people go in that lake and they go in there and their body and they die unalive. How can I give federal studios tax incentives? ChatGPT? Because these are the things I'm doing in the district. I already have the answer, but then I go on this ChatGPT because I know people go on here, and a lot of times ChatGPT don't know what the hell it's talking about, but a lot of times it'll give you the general information. So what tax incentives for movie companies? Because look in the district, got plenty of land there. That whole thing, or part of it, is not toxic. You could build studios, building studios. Now you have people get paid high-paid jobs. Now you bringing in Sony, you bringing in all these other movie companies coming here to shoot in South Florida because the state of Florida does not give tax incentives. Now these tax incentives now will federal tax. So can you do it, Luke? Federal tax credits for productions. You can do 20 to 40% of federal tax credits for movies, TV shows, streaming productions, movies, videos, sports documentaries, the whole 9 yards. That would attract Netflix, Amazon, Paramount, Disney, Apple, and all these other independent studios. It's opportunity zone. Listen, man. People, do you know when those companies come in, then those are mainly union jobs and they have to have union scale. Therefore, The barber is sitting there cutting hair on a big studio lot right in Broward County. He's making 6 figures. The craft service making 6 figures. The gaffer, the grips, all the people, now the people in the neighborhood, because you only get the tax incentive that I write in there. You have to be from the district in order the more employees from the district. So therefore you have to then move in the district, or you then have to employ people from the district to get the credit. That's how it works. That's what I'm on. I'm not on going up there fighting no Trump and all these people. I'm on bringing the credits, bringing the incentives, bringing the money back to my congressional district. When I tell you I'm going to make Black Wall Street in Broward County, congressional district, that's what I'm on. They don't want to see that. Not even the establishment, because what that does is put pressure on every other Democratic congressman and woman. Because now they have to work. They can't just continue getting a check. They can't continue just buying stock because they get insider trading information. They can't continue being billionaires and millionaires, going in there and not working for the people, just getting up on TV and screaming and hollering for CNN and getting up on there and going and talking about the war in Iran and all these places when they know what time it is. No. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Y'all better go to my website and donate some money, LutherCampbellForCongress.com, because what I do in my district is going to put pressure on your congressman in your district, even if you don't live in my district. That's my show for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed myself. Shouts out to my man, Streeter, for coming on Footballville. Make sure y'all go like, share, and subscribe. His pages, he's on Facebook. He's on YouTube. He's everywhere. Twitter, Footballville. He has the best in sports, and you have archives of all kinds of young players, all your favorite players from South Florida. When they were kids, you can get to go see them, whether it's Jeremiah Smith, Duke Johnson, you name it, Amari Cooper, you name it, all the top players, Chad Johnson, everybody. I don't think he go back that far because he's a little young guy. But go follow Streeter on all the social media platforms. Make sure you go to my social media platforms and follow me on my Facebook page. Facebook, y'all killing it over there. Facebook, I love it. I got a fan page and I got a personal page. So make sure y'all go to my Facebook page and follow me, which is a bit of a dope idea. Go over to my YouTube page, my YouTube channel. That's Uncle Luke TV, and follow me over there. Go on X and Instagram. It's the same name on X and Instagram as Uncle Luke Real One. And then make sure you go on TikTok, because I'm over there. I love hanging out with TikTok at night with my girl Glow. Shouts out to my girl Glow. That's Uncle Luke 305 on TikTok. Go over there and follow me. I'm more engaging with the audience. I talk to people and bring people in, and we have a lot more different types of conversation. And Twitch, go over there to Twitch. Get your Twitch on. Get your Twitch on. That's what I need you guys to do. But I enjoyed this show today. It was a great show. I had fun. Nothing we do on here is personal. Everything we do on here is real. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. It's all real. It's about us as a people. You know, I speak a lot on Black issues because I think we've been disenfranchised in this country. It's high time that we stand up and stand up on our own. People will respect people who stand up for themselves. And it's time for us to stand up for ourselves. In this congressional district, we can start right here. They tore down Tulsa. Yeah, they tore down Black Wall Street. Yeah, they tore down the sticks up there in West Palm. Yeah, they tore down Overtown. Yeah, they tore down Broward County. Yeah, they tore down African-American places that we built all across this country. But it's time for us to stand up and take back. This is the right time. It's the right time that we take over this party, this Democratic Party, and not let the establishment. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because the establishment is the establishment. They're locked into where they're at. But you do it one district at a time. And you watch people who look like us who work for them. That's trying to sway you to another direction. There's no reason in the world that Debbie Wasserman Schultz should be even contemplating, even thinking about going to District 20. There's no reason in the world she shouldn't be thinking about it. She should have the respect of Al-C. Hastings to try and run for his seat, to know that this is an African-American seat. There's only one other seat that's African-American in South Florida, and that's Congressional District 24, which Frederica Wilson. She would never run for that seat. So that just the mere fact of even thinking that shows what she's really all about. She could put it to bed right down today and get on and call a news conference and say, I'm running for one of these other seats. I'm going to flip one of these Republican seats. I'm going to do something noble for the party because I would not dare run in an African-American seat because we as Jewish people have had a great relationship with Black people for so many years, and I will not be the person to tarnish that relationship or even question that relationship, because if you do run in 20, it will be over, in my opinion. Couldn't have that argument again that we're friends, because we're not. You're no different than the oppressor. You're no different than the divider and conqueror. You tend to come in here to try to divide us and conquer us. Under no circumstances will I stand for it. That's my show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Luther Campbell. I am running for Congress, Congressional District 20, Broward County. I hope that you support me. Go to my website, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. In the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news be yours. I'll see you on Friday. Good night.
Where is he? Uncle Lou! 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 Make some motherfucking noise! Uncle Lou!
Like big booty hoes, cute faces. Let nigga hit it on the first day basis. Niggas fake bitch kick game straight. X no down with the dominate face on. When the path is set with diamonds glaring. Keep a nigga staring when you're wearing down a Karen. Let's keep a shit to keep a nigga looking at you. In the bunk says you can show off your tattoo.